Hap Cameron is an avid Kiwi traveller on a bit of a mission. 7 years ago, in fact, 7 years ago on this exact day, he left New Zealand with the aim of living and working on all 7 continents by his 30th birthday. He is 28 years old. He has visited 6 continents. He has one last continent to conquer. So let's have a look at them. There are 7 of them. You might think that the last one would be the hardest one, which would be Antarctica, but actually that is not the case. Those are the 7 continents, and this is Hap Cameron. Hap, good morning to you.
Good morning, Paul.
I suppose I should say congratulations, because at 28 you've got plenty of time to handle one last continent.
Certainly have.
How tricky was Antarctica? Because you've ticked that one off.
It's by far the hardest continent I've been to, solely because all the other continents I can just buy a ticket, go there and find work. Antarctica, I couldn't buy an airplane ticket. So Antarctica started in 2007. I tried everything to get there.
In fact, the T-shirt,
which I printed as well, yeah, I'll do anything to work in Antarctica. So after basically 3 years of trying to get to Antarctica, I made one last-ditch effort and went to Ushuaia, El Fin del Mundo, which is the end of the world, the most southern town at the bottom of South America.
What is it called?
Ushuaia.
Of course, yeah.
El Fin del Mundo, Spanish for end of the world.
Brilliant. Yes, no, I recognise it instantly.
And so that's where all the Antarctic cruise ships leave from. So I went there, and then I contacted everyone that I'd contacted since 2007, saying, I'm here in Ushuaia, I'll do anything to get to Antarctica. And then a extreme bit of luck, a Kiwi, as a friend of a friend who was working on a 6-star cruise ship, he said to me, could just have this chance. And the chance was as an assistant waiter on the cruise ship. But the problem was that I had no waitering experience, and also had shoulder-length dreadlocks at the time. Right,
that wouldn't have, so not for 6-star, for a 2-star.
Yeah, maybe even 1-star.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was a little bit naughty because I had no experience. So on my laptop, I had my girlfriend's hospitality CV on there.
Ah, so you lied.
I lied.
You faked
basically.
it up.
After 3 years of trying to get to Antarctica, I was literally going to do anything.
I don't mean to be picky,
but
does that count, working on a cruise ship in Antarctica?
Yeah, we also made landings.
You made landings.
We made landings all the time.
Good as gold.
But actually, I'll take this moment here, Paul, because
by all means.
I had the shoulder-length dreadlocks, and to get the job, they sent me an email saying we need to see a photo of you, Hap, because we have very strict appearance standards. So I had to cut my beloved dreadlocks off. And I actually brought they were such good luck to me, Paul, that I've brought you one as a present, and I hope it brings you good luck as well.
Has it been washed?
Oh, it's natural. It's naturally washed.
Yeah. That's very kind of you. Can you just give these sort of things away, though, Hap? I mean, isn't this something you should keep for your children in the future?
For you, Paul, you know, it's a token of good luck. So you maybe use it for Movember. You can put it on there as a moustache or something.
I will treasure that in a funny sort of way. I will treasure that. Thank you very much. You didn't think of exploiting your fudge packing expertise in Antarctica?
I should probably actually explain that a bit. Yeah, it's probably my weirdest job I've had in my 7 years of working the world. I was what they call a fudge packer, where I'd stand in the window of a chocolate shop in Canada and making fudge.
Stop there.
Yeah, and then having to pack the fudge as well, packing my own fudge. Yeah.
The funny thing is, you'd pack fudge by day, and by night you were working in male toilets.
Well, there's another one I have to explain. I was a toilet attendant in a nightclub toilet, and basically you may have seen on the American movies where you see the people washing their hands.
Yes.
There's a guy in there a paper towel, sir, and sells condoms and clothes. So I was that guy offering paper towels and cleaning up the vomit. In fact, that was my most memorable New Year's, 2005, 2006, working in a toilet doing the countdown in the toilet.
Doing the countdown in the toilet. Yeah. That is the wonder of travel, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
That is the great thing. People think, it's so exotic, whereas in actual fact you spent New Year's in a toilet cleaning up vomit.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, let's have another look at the continents. You've got 20 months to complete your task. The one continent you haven't done, interestingly enough, is Africa, and I would have thought that would have been one of the first ones you would have gone to.
No, I want to save the best for last. Everybody tells me Africa is the best continent. So another thing I want to do for Africa is I want a new challenge. I've been to out of 6 of the 7 continents, and Africa I could just buy a plane ticket and go and get work volunteering quite easily, but I want a big challenge where I want to do like a human-powered expedition. So I'm thinking, okay, it's next year to plan it all, get the sponsorship, and then do my human-powered expedition, and then arrive in a destination where I'll there work, and therefore complete my goal before the 11th of November 2011, when I turn 30.
Brilliant. All right, forgetting Africa, because you haven't been there yet, if you had to nail yourself down to living in one particular place for the rest of your life, where would it be?
Well, probably has to be New Zealand, because after travelling the world, like growing up in New Zealand, I hadn't left New Zealand. And then it's not until you go away and you travel, you realise how good we got it here. For example, when I was in Mexico, I worked in an orphanage. Working with kids that had been sexually abused, been found wandering the streets naked, eating from rubbish bins. And it really brings home how lucky we are here in New Zealand to have this beautiful country and all these opportunities.
Fantastic, fantastic, Hap. Thank you very much for coming in and sharing it with us. Are you glad that you decided to set yourself this challenge?
Oh, for sure. It's just like, it literally consumes you. Like, at the start, it was just this big journey to go work the world, and then as it gets closer, it just consumes you. How am I going to get to the next continent? What am I going to do?
Brilliant.
But it's been amazing.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for coming in. And keep in touch as well. We will talk about Africa another time.
Certainly will.
All right. You know, in this job, we get free mobile phones, we get all kinds of glorious prizes and presents bestowed upon us. Just the other day, we got a box full of meat. Lovely meats, didn't we?
Lovely meat.
I have never before been given something that someone has taken off their body, that has grown on their body. See, you rather liked Chloe when you came in, didn't you? She is appalled at you now that you gave me this. And I'm just not entirely sure what I'll do with it.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up on your wall somewhere.
You see, you're actually right, because you couldn't throw this out. Sometimes people give me things and I think, oh, thanks so much, thanks so much. You know, it never makes it to my locker.
What about you sew it onto your hair there, Paul?
No, I won't be doing that there. You've got other things to be getting on with. But you couldn't throw out something that's grown on someone.
No.
Could you? You couldn't throw that out.
And so now think of all the exciting things you'll get sent in the mail. Hapworkingtheworld.com is the name of the website if you want to check out what Hap's doing. Great idea to travel and have the idea of travelling is your mission.
And you cannot, as Hap was saying, you cannot appreciate your own place in the world until you've experienced other people's place in the world.